Yo, what is up, Cowboys Nation? As you see, we are cover three, and we got a lot to talk about, y'all. We've been going on vacation. We didn't do the show in quite some time, right? And a lot has changed since we last had our conversation. So we were sitting in the group chat and we're like, yo, we got to go live because we got a lot of things to talk about. Salute to everyone out there who's watching across all the channels. Share the content, like the content, because y'all know how we're about to do. We got a lot to talk about. We also get into some mock drafts, and we also got a special guest. Salute to DMV because he knows I like linebacker play. You know what I'm saying? He knows I like that dirty linebacker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So my dog DMV went out there and found a linebacker, John Pius, out of Wisconsin. Will be joining the show soon. But fellas, man, DMV, bro, how you feeling, dog?
Hey man, I
Actually,
just came off the.
no, we ain't gonna do the intro because DMV was on fire in the group chat, and I said, "Bro, at least give us 30. Give us 30." So go ahead, bro. The floor is yours. I'm gonna sit back and chill.
Yeah, man. Like let's let all the pleasantries. Everybody know who he is.
To it. Let's get straight
Yeah.
to it, man. Don't do
Yeah,
no
bro. So, yeah, bro. No intro. You know what I'm saying? All shots, no chasers, man. Look, so we was talking, right? And I know that I did a video on Genty. I watched his pro day yesterday, and I was just like, you know what, man? His pro day was so good. It was probably one of the best pro days that I've ever seen. Like, I'm to the point now, and I did a video on it, that if it makes sense, bro, I'll jump up and grab him. I'll jump up and grab Genty. And then I was just thinking, all right, I saw that picture. This picture surfaced today with Dak and the seven dwarfs at receiver. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they probably taller than me, but you get what I'm saying, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got all the Jalen's in the picture. You know what I'm saying? You got Mingo in the picture somewhere hiding.
Don't get
you know
me started on them Jalen.
Bro, you got all those people in that picture, right? And I'm looking, I'm just like, to myself, I'm like, it's two things, right? Like either they don't want to give Dak talent and he got to make it work with these dudes, or he just like being around it. Either way, I saw that picture and it wasn't good enough for me. So I went on and I wanted to start a damn war, I guess, and said, look, I'm team draft Genty or Tet, and I don't give a damn, and I'm unapologetic about it. Unapologetic, because that picture was just not good enough. And then I had to think about it because I had Cowboys fans coming at me saying, oh, well, I'm okay with what's left. It's such a deep running back draft. It's such a deep wide receiver draft. What would you do? Where do you think the talent can find later? Guess what, guys? Dallas don't do that shit. They don't do it. They don't let talent, you know what I'm saying? Oh, it's a talented guy late. We're going to pick him. No, they pick some small school guy that they want to make something out of nothing and all this type of stuff, bro. They don't do what you're talking about. And every year y'all fall for the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's a layup, take the layup. I'm watching March Madness. I'm watching Maryland right now. Take the damn layup. We like to be smart and say, oh, nah, I ain't going to take the layup now. But in 5 positions, I'm going to take the three-pointer from the corner. It's going to be a fadeaway, but it's going – no, bro. We keep trying to do this 1 in a million stuff, and it don't work. So, look, woosah, my bad, but I just got to say this, man.
Nah, they don't
overthinking. Stop overthinking it, bro. We overthink it all the time, and it hasn't worked. We look
what we need to say, though, DMV. This look Will McClay, yo. This
y'all. So y'all two tweets doing the fusion dance. Y'all pretty much saying the same thing, Ron. Go ahead.
No, it's on Will McClay. Like it is what it is. Like I'm not. Why everybody else get called to the carpet but Will McClay?
Mm-hmm. Can do
you
no
know what
wrong.
I'm saying? Why? Because his last name not Jones. He been tripping lately too.
Right.
Yeah. Like I know he has an excellent pass resume, but you only as good as your last shot. It is what it is. You only as good. If past resumes worked, y'all wouldn't be on Dak all the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Dak has shown that he can play well in the playoffs, but y'all don't remember that. Y'all just remember the Green Bay game.
Mm-hmm.
And if Dak got to stand up to the Green Bay game, then Will McClay got to stand up to Mozzie Smith, Tyler Guyton, Luke Schoonmaker, Marshawn Nealon. And I ain't even saying that they're not going to turn into nothing, but we don't have time to be waiting around. We ain't got that luxury. We need somebody that's going to hit right now. I'm going to say it. And Tuck, you can echo it or you can dispel it, but I feel like Will McClay's legacy is on the line in this draft. His whole legacy, because if you miss 3 drafts in a row, how can you literally be called the draft guru? 3 drafts in a row?
Hear me out, Rome. When people were saying this, right? When people were saying, "Oh, well, we got to sign Will McClay. I was like, shit, why? For what? For what?
Well,
Like,
I mean, if you know what happened behind the scenes, my dog Mike wasn't too keen on Will McClay. But I'll say this, bro. Like when it comes to Will McClay,
Yeah, Will McClay wanted Mozzie Smith and Mike McCarthy wanted Matthew Bergeron, but nobody
on camera, like Will McClay argued for Mozzie Smith against Dan Quinn and Mike McCarthy.
You gotta wear that.
Yep.
But we give him Tyler Smith. You know what I'm saying? And that's the biggest problem I feel like when it comes with Will McClay. We put all the good picks on Will McClay and then put all the bad ones on. No. He's the head of scouting. Who does Deuce fall on? You know what I'm saying? People, oh, that's Jerry. No. That was someone. Chris is on. Will
you
McClay
sign off on
scouting.
it, it's on your jacket.
You sign off because people don't understand. Here's how it works, right? Let's say we are the 3 area scouts, right? And Will McClay sends us to scout the running back room. So we go and watch all these different running backs and we write our reports, okay? And then we have another position coach probably ahead of us that we talk to and channel to and get to him. And then we come together and we present to Will McClay. Then Will McClay takes our notes and presents that to Jerry. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
ultimately, he's the head honcho. He's the decision maker. And so there has to be some responsibility in DMV and Rome. I agree with you. They don't take the layups. And a lot of people, even though we're Cowboys and we kind of hate them, that's the one thing I will say Howie does. He's not going to overthink
Hell
it.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay, Georgia won the national championship. Georgia's defense was dogs. I'm going to get some Georgia defense
on
my team.
I'm going to get all of them. I don't care. Like, that's like if we went out this year and drafted a whole bunch of Ohio State.
Right.
Newsflash. It's a lot of good players on that team.
Right.
Go get them.
That's played in big moments.
Bleed the good program.
Right.
Those players were 4-star, 5-star, like all those recruits. Go get them.
And if you think about this, and I was talking about this on Twitter a while back, right? If you go through some of our draft picks, the players that were no-brainers from these big schools, they're the ones who hit. CD was a no-brainer. I posted my tweet. Like it was just, I could close my eyes and pick CD, right? Ezekiel Elliott, you can close your eyes and pick. Micah Parsons, you could close your eyes and pick. I still to this day don't know how Trayvon Diggs slid to it, but you can close your eyes and pick. So when we go for those players, we typically get our return on investment, but sometimes
I'm not even giving them Tyler Smith neither, because I heard he was supposed to go to Alabama.
Yeah.
That's a sneaky one. Everybody don't know that.
Yeah. He was supposed to go to Alabama. He was going to do Alabama transfer. He was just a young project, and it kind of happened for the reach back, right? Hold on, we got a $20 super chat, man. Salute to Brandon, man. Fire trio, my guys. $20 super chat. Appreciate you. And then
Brandon.
Sean, we appreciate you as well. Salute to the 3 of the greats. Love and respect y'all. We appreciate y'all, man.
You, Sean and Brandon, appreciate y'all.
Yeah, so the hits were auto drafts, right? The hits was auto. Because think about that Micah Parsons draft, right? They were talking about Patrick Surtain, even though defensive player of the year, but then it was a JC Horn is cool, right? But then they traded back and they got lucky. Like, and honestly, the only reason we got Micah Parsons, y'all, I'm gonna keep it a buck, is that we were going through a pandemic and we didn't have a combine. If we would have been sitting here this time of year in 2021 and watching Micah Parsons at the combine, everybody would have been like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely not. He was an opt-out kid. So we got lucky.
Abdul Carter.
Yeah, he would have been Abdul Carter. You know what I'm saying? Micah walks so Abdul Carter can run. So think about Abdul Carter going possibly top 3. Micah would have tore that combine up, y'all. He would have, you know what I'm saying? And it'd been, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? So, I feel like that's the thing. We give the Dallas Cowboys and Will McClay just too much credit. And yeah, wrong with you, bro. You got to show me something, bro. You got to show me something.
It's just simple though, Tuck. It's going to happen again. I'll shout out one of the great content creators in the community. I'll shout out Vach. People suck at drafting. You know what I'm saying? And y'all brothers do too much work scouting to know how much talent is at the top of this draft offensively. Mm-hmm. It ain't just got to be, look, we love Genty, we love Tet. It could be Tyler Warren. I know that Tuck trying to hold back his tight end excitement. But I'm just saying, if we got Tyler Warren, now we can get into running 12 better than every team in the league. If we got Genty, you already know what he would do. If you don't know, you need to go do your research. Tet can change his offense. I'm not even going to front, like even competency, like above average receiver play, like Emeka Ibuka or maybe even Matthew Golden. I know he got some refinement to do, but he has the speed and the explosiveness. We need blue chippers to come into this offense and make a defensive coordinator say, I got to kind of pay attention to him. I don't care how much y'all might not think Matthew Golden or Tyler Warren is good enough. If we line up in 12 personnel in our division, because you go division out, who's covering? Who has the tight end core to cover both? We would present a new challenge, just like the Eagles came through last year, running over everybody. We would present a challenge that everybody not prepared for. They don't have enough the linebackers to cover a properly set 12 personnel. We would change the league a little bit because no one's done it since the Patriots. So if Tyler Warren got picked at 12, I'm throwing a party because I know what you can do.
Right. Oh yeah. I mean, and I know you ain't got to sell me. You ain't got to sell me. You know what I'm saying? Because I saw people talking about it. And I saw someone mock them to us. I'm about to drop a Tyler Warren film. You know what I'm saying? That's coming tomorrow.
Even better, Tuck. Even better. We got somebody who lined up across from Tyler Warren. Right. So you can ask all the questions you want to ask when he get on here.
Right.
Don't brush past that. Like seriously, bro. I'm a challenge y'all in front of the entire crowd that's watching. Bro, we got under 30 days to the draft, and I know y'all don't like taking the low-hanging fruit, but we need to hear y'all thoughts on these top players because it's a bunch of people out here giving thoughts on top players that don't need to be. I ain't going to say no names. Right. We need to hear your thoughts on Tyler Warren because people just – I know it seems like that's a given. People don't know. You know what I'm saying? I need that Tyler Warren video from you so I can.
Hey, well, just like Marcus, you said, he's a dog. The only reason I didn't do the Tyler Warren because I just know the Cowboys ain't got the nuts to do it. But what I was jokingly, but I'm saying it on Twitter, and I actually was kind of serious. He fixes three voids. One, he gets us better blocking up front, so he helps our protection, so you can quasi call an offensive line. Two, he opens up as a wide receiver, and he's going to be a safety blanket for Dak Prescott that can stretch the field.
A real
one. Also a yak guy, you know what I'm saying? And also, he can run the ball. You know what I'm saying? He can run the ball. Y'all saw the play that was posted. We ain't get nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Goal line. He can throw. He can throw. He can play quarterback.
He's a ball player.
He's a football player. So, I mean.
Yeah, that's
it. And I'm going to say it. Because I don't want to say it. I'm going to say it. He looked like he looked like he's supposed to wear the star on his helmet. Don't lie. Right. Yeah. I mean, I would be happy. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't do it because I don't think they would do it.
Tuck. I actually think it's 4 voids because running the football and then actually running the football inside the 5 is 2 different things. So I don't know if you guys remember, but we were most effective when Dak was the read option. That's when inside the 5 when you had him and Zeke. Tyler Warren can do that. So now you can run the kind of wildcat formations and hey, sorry, Dak, you know what I'm saying? You don't run no more. So it is what it is. So he solves 4 voids.
Yeah. Yeah. So, me personally, I would love Tyler Warren. I think what we're falling into, y'all, is that, and just like Voch, salute to my dog Voch on the draft show, he's out there killing it, man. It's hilarious, right?
That video.
Make sure you follow, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, bro, we have so many holes. And I think that's why Cowboys Nation is all over the place because here we are again going to the grocery store hungry. You know what I'm saying? It's like you want pizza, but I want chicken. And you know what I'm saying? So we just try to grab. We don't need no pizza. We need chicken. No, I want. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're
buying fast food.
But the funny thing is, bro, I thought about this when I talked about the ceiling. When I came in this game, I did my very first show with Skywalker Steel, and I was like, we needed CeeDee Lamb. And you know who people were arguing with me that we needed to take instead? It was Clavion Chason and Cesar Ruiz. Now, look how we would have looked passing up on CeeDee Lamb, and he would have been an Eagle, and we got Cesar Ruiz, or we got Clavion Chason, right? Sometimes you don't, not in the first round, not even in the second round, you don't have to get cute. Just go get instant impact, especially if you're picking top 15, top 20.
We could have Keon Coleman right now and not be having this discussion.
Right.
We can, and everybody's like,
or Brian Thomas. Brian Thomas Jr.
I thought he went before us.
I mean, we could have moved up and got him though. That's the thing, bro.
We can have them right now.
Right.
And you know what? Lou, I know Lou in the chat. Lou, I wouldn't even be bothering you about taking Booker.
Right.
I'd be like, that's fine. If we would have just been smart last year.
Right.
The layups was there, and we ignored the layups.
Xavier Worthy.
Bro. The layup is the easiest shot in basketball, dog. And
so I never seen Chase on register a sack in the game. And I had people in the chat. This guy's an idiot.
I don't even know where he plays. Where is he playing right now? Is he in the league? Is he in Canada?
I thought he was.
Trey Lance is in Canada.
Hey man, y'all gonna stop disrespecting Trey like that, you know?
The Saskatchewan Rough Rider.
Hey, those jerseys kind of hard though. You know what I'm saying? But hey man, you ain't gonna put Trey.
Hey man, I'll be honest. I hope he's still super young. He puts it together, he'll be back. Because look, as you can see, It's teams out here still struggling to find quarterbacks.
I don't
They
think he's
fighting over
going to
Russell
Canada.
Wilson.
I would be shocked if he goes to Canada.
Yeah, dog. Yeah. Hey, look, thank God for the Giants effing it up again, bro. Because whoo, man, I was a little worried that they was gonna go up.
Bro, the Browns about to trade for Kirk Cut. It's wild out here without a quarterback. Y'all better be blessed.
And this could be us.
Y'all got Dak Prescott.
now look if we would have lost Dak this offseason, he'd have went to Pittsburgh. And now we're saying, oh, we can get shit. Well, no, we can't get Shador because Mike put around and won some extra games. And so now we would be scrambling, trying to bring in a Russell Wilson or, you know what I'm saying, or trade for Kirk. Like, we would be, you know what I'm saying? So you didn't start showing,
bro.
Hey,
show him some respect.
Yeah.
Hey, Tuck, think about this, bro, because you were on this and you were telling us this, like even then. We won them extra games for what, dog? Just to not do nothing in free agency. Like, look at us now. And then you got people who in my comments saying, I don't want Genty or Ted. Bro, what?
Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Bro, you have to be aggressive because you're not aggressive in free agency. You have to get a weapon, dog. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Right.
There's no discussion.
1,000%. And that's the thing, right? If the Cowboys were aggressive in free agency, then yeah, we can sit back and relax. But think about the teams that are having impacts, right? Look what the Raiders did. The Raiders went and got my guy Michael Mayer out of Notre Dame the year before. And then they had Brock. They didn't care about no one's colorful chart value. They didn't care that you shouldn't draft tight ends. They said, this kid is a dog out of Georgia. We're going to go get him. And if our guy from next year can't swim, you bound to drizz him, right? There was no protection. You know, think about also what the Lions did. And I keep asking people because like, oh, Tuck, you got to trade back to get Hampton. Trade. I'm like, no. They went and got Jahmyr Gibbs at 12 and slept good after that first round. You see what I'm saying? So we try to be too cute with these charts and value things. We need players.
That's why y'all not getting Booker because his RAS score is bad.
Y'all hear me out though. We ain't look. I don't know if the Cowboys are getting cute. Jerry got a piece of paper balled up in his pocket. We the only ones doing the color charts. The fans. Well, his RAS score, his EPA, and this and that, and blah blah blah. Jerry got a piece of paper in his pocket, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Like what? Come on, y'all.
Bro, this ain't even that difficult. This draft is one of those unique drafts where after about pick 15, the next 2 or 3 rounds, in my opinion, y'all can tell me if I'm wrong, it's like an amalgamation of like, well, you could take this dude in the second or the top or the bottom of the third. Like, it's so many tags touching.
Right.
Where I feel like it's an abundance of above average talent. Right, but maybe not like top tier talent, which means you can clean up if you don't overthink it. So I don't want no Western Michigans, no South Alabamas. Go get the blue chip talent from the blue chip places.
Right.
You could just draft from Ohio State. You could draft from Texas. Alabama's a little bit lower down right now, but y'all get my point. Mm-hmm. Like, just go to those schools. They already traveling. I've been seeing the reporters say that the coaches are and the head coaches at these places. Now, pick some of the players. Don't do all this traveling and they be like Marshawn Nealon out of Western Michigan. And I'm like, who is that? No disrespect to Nealon. I'm sure if I went back last year and looked when we took Nealon, there are other players that could have been right there. I'll bet you.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and there was. That's the thing. The Cowboys tried to get too cute. And I feel like this year, like you said, Ron, with the tags touching, it's going to be chaos because I know here we are right now, you know what I'm saying, still in March. Oh, Genty or Tet. Man, I would bet money, y'all, they are not going to be there at 12. You know, I can even make the case if I'm the New York Giants, I grab Genty at 3. You know what I'm saying?
Their fan base would explode. They take another running back.
But you get your Saquon. You have your neighbors. Jameis and Wilson's enough to keep things afloat. And if things hit the fan, you can get next year's quarterback class.
You know what? They might. Now that you said like that.
I would, but see, something like that could just have a ripple effect throughout the course of the draft. You see what I'm saying? So,
and look, and Russell Wilson gonna look way different. Like,
right.
Oh, yeah, he looking phenomenal. Yeah, that's what a good running back will do.
Yeah, he can hand the ball to
And-
Genty 25 times and hit neighbors.
And they got neighbors. They got
Yeah.
neighbors. They got a receiver. Like,
Yeah, yeah, he can manage. He can keep that
Hey, Tuck, man,
afloat.
stop talking, man.
All right.
I actually thought about that today. I was just like, man, they really could get him. If I'm being 100,
it's on you, Tuck.
My bad.
If I'm being 100, he's either the best player in this draft or the second best player, and
Right.
I'm fighting between him and Abdul Carter.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
he up there like.
Yeah, I mean, he's really one of those ones.
People
Like,
always say that stupid, but the value. I hate when they say "but the value."
but here's the thing, bro. What Zeke went? When did Zeke go? Was that 4?
Yeah.
Zeke
But
went 4.
if we're gonna talk about value, the same people saying value are the same ones saying that the Raiders are.
I think my dog froze.
I thought that was me, man. My internet been tripping
taking
lately.
at 12.
I thought it was me.
You back, DMV.
Okay. No, I was just saying, like, if the Raiders could pick him at 6, the same people talking about value are the same ones, like, oh, the Raiders are going to take him at 6. Well, then we could take him at 12. What are we talking about, bro? What the hell are we talking about?
We can stand that. We're going to see. I think Dart's going to sneak into a higher pick, right? I just do. I feel like somebody's going to overthink it. I also think that we're going to see at least 2. You get at least 2 every year, maybe 3 of like, what? Picks.
Right.
So we're assuming that like the Panthers make a what pick every year. Some of the teams that's picking above us, like the Jets will mess around and draft Genty,
right,
and have 15 running backs, like something like
right. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, bro. Especially because what's also going to happen is how are teams viewing this cornerback market? You know what I'm saying? Because Travis Hunter. It's going to be difficult now for Travis Hunter to be a wide receiver, especially with the teams picking. Because now, if you're the Giants, you don't need Travis Hunter the wide receiver. You need him the corner. You see what I'm saying? So, but then what happens with Will Johnson? So you have some of those players that could possibly slide defensive tackle.
That's a reach for me if it's the Cowboys. I'm just going to be honest. I feel like if you take him at 12 with possibility of having a Tet or somebody there, if you force a Will Johnson or a Mykel Williams when there's genuinely great offensive talent there,
right?
That's the reach I'm talking about. Like, not like don't take Mykel Williams so he can battle out the bottom half of the. He's not about to take Fowler's spot immediately, and
right.
He's not going to outrush Micah. So you taking a backup? We need people that can start.
Right.
You know
instant upgrade. You need to know when that player. We shouldn't be having debates about being rotational and could this about like it should be like okay. He's better than Jalen Tolbert and Jonathan Mingo. Like, we're good. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have to worry about it, right? Instant upgrade, especially when you pick in 12. But once again, Rome and DMV, bro, this is what we wanted to go out there and beat Tampa. And
I'm going to destroy Will McClay if he messed this draft up, bro. I swear.
I don't feel comfortable about it, y'all, to be honest. Full transparency. This is me talking.
I'll be honest.
It's because we don't have no one to push back. Shotty ain't going to push back. What you just got here, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like your little bro trying to, check the PlayStation. Hey, man, this ain't how you do it. Hold on, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be Jerry, Steven, and Will. And when it's Jerry, Steven, and Will, they're going to start thinking contractually, who can we move on and replace this guy with? So we're definitely going to talk about that. But
I'll say one thing before we bring in our gentlemen. I'm praying that they overcorrect. You know how it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You sign Schottenheimer, you're like, I'm going to give him way more than I ever gave Mike because I want this to work.
Well, they didn't do it in free agency.
You know what? I'll be quiet.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I thought. I thought it was. A lot of people, they're moving different. And it's just, Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders. And it's like, Lou J. Lou. And it's like, all right, bro, like, you moving, but it really don't seem like that mean, bro. You ain't did nothing but step back.
You right.
You ain't did nothing but step back.
Moving out.
We got a guest about to kick in, y'all. Like I said, share the content, like the content, turn on that notification bell so you guys not miss out. We got some interesting prospects coming on the show, moving up forward as well as we gear up for the NFL draft. And like I said, my dog DMV set this one up for us because this kid's from his hometown and he's an outstanding linebacker, man. So DMV, I'm gonna let you go ahead and introduce our guest.
Okay, so yeah, this is a hometown kid for me, and I've been trying to track down John. So his name is John Pius. He's a linebacker out of Wisconsin. He's a hometown kid from Arlington, Virginia. Coached against him, a rival school. Well, it ain't much of a rivalry because they've been whooping up on us. But I I watched this kid mature. I've heard stories and just watching him tear it up at William and Mary and then go on to Wisconsin. Super proud of him. So he has major accolades, and I'm sure that he's going to tell you all about it himself. But I felt that this player is somebody that the whole nation has been sleeping on, especially in the draft process. I personally thought he could have came out last year with some of the accolades, but we're going to introduce none other than John Pius out of Wisconsin. What's going on, champ?
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Ain't not much, man. Thanks for joining us, man. So like I said, my dog DMV was like, yo, we got to get him on the show. I played linebacker. Then once I started watching your film, I was like, oh yeah, this is right up my alley, man. But how you doing, bro?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Just training down here in Virginia, just trying to get right and, get ready for, the next step, next journey.
Cool. So DMV, go ahead, kick it off with the first question, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I've heard this story. Tony Francis is one of my dogs. I coached with him over at Wakefield for a little bit. So he told me this story about that. I think you might have been cut from the basketball team or something like that, and you came out for football, and all of a sudden you just kind of dominated. Can you kind of talk about your multi-sports journey and how it was, coming from Arlington, Virginia, and what it took to get to the big level that you're at?
Yeah, so I did like basketball growing up more. I was always, playing that on the blacktop in the park and all that. So when I went to high school, I was a skinny kid, so I was trying to play basketball more, and I thought that would be my thing. But I think after like my freshman year, and I started to work out more, and just be all around like athlete more, and I fell in love with football, and I didn't really start playing like team football until high school. So it's been a long journey for sure, and everything really just kind of like clicked after my sophomore year. I was playing safety at first in JV, and one of my D-line coaches, good guy, Coach Colossos, he like switched me to D end on the first game of the season against like Wilson High School, and I just felt right in that position, and kind of just took off from there. Was still playing basketball my junior and senior season, but football was definitely like a sport I knew, okay, I can play this in college. And after my junior year, where I first started getting more recognition, it was like, okay, this is really like a dream, and just started working from there.
Which is crazy to hear you say, because that story is very similar to my story, man. So I was a basketball player all the way until my junior year of high school. But my coach lied to me. He said I was going to be a tight end like Tony Gonzalez. So, I was like, all right, cool, I'm with it. But he had me playing left tackle. You know what I'm saying? He set me up for failure, man. So I was a late bloomer, ended up transitioning playing in college at linebacker. So, you say you're a basketball player coming up, then started playing football kind of late, but who was a guy that you kind of just watched football wise coming up that you say he probably modeled some of your traits after? Because when I watch your film, I see explosiveness, havoc, motor. So who was someone that you kind of watched once you started to make that transition into football?
So Von Miller, he was on the Broncos when I was in high school, so I was watching him a lot, and just that type of like explosiveness and bend and all that type of stuff. I was like really watching him growing up. For like the Washington, when I was watching them, or the Redskins before that, it was like Ryan Kerrigan and Brian Orakpo, and I was like, yo, these are like good linebackers, good good pass rushers and all that. And I just started watching more like D-line and outside linebackers. And that was definitely, Mama was definitely like someone that I was looking up, just watching film and highlights and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, Von's definitely one to watch. Go ahead, Ron.
Yeah, no, I'm hearing the players that you said you like, saying, I don't know if you mean to monitor your game after, but just people that you like the way they play the game. Yeah. I wanted to ask you, like, when you're on the field, what is your favorite thing to do? Is it pass rush, or you want to just be more multifaceted as a linebacker, being able to just drop in the coverage and pass rush?
Yeah, pass rushers for sure. I love pass.
I can see your eyes when you brought up Von Miller. He's like, yeah, I'm trying to get at that quarterback.
Yeah, I can talk about pass rushing all day. But coverage, I like showing myself as an all around player, so I don't have no problem being in coverage. I like showing that the athleticism and being able to push dudes off the line and all that type of stuff. But pass rushing is definitely like my favorite for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yes. So I heard through the grapevine that the Commanders might have some interest. That's why I definitely had to bring you on. We might have to steal you away from him, man. You know what I'm saying? So, I know my dude Tuck right here. He got these connections. So hey, look, we can't keep making the Commanders strong, but I was looking up some of your accolades because I'm super proud. So I've been following your career, and I see that you were second all time at William & Mary in tackles for loss, fifth all time in sacks, and I think you were preseason defensive player of the year. But you moved to the Big Ten last year, which is big boy football. So my question is, can you talk about some of the differences from the CAA to the Big Ten, and what was that experience like?
Yeah, it was just a great experience to be able to play Power Five. Just always had like those type of dreams, like from middle school and all the way going into high school. But yeah, definitely, I would say the difference is just everything is everybody's bigger, stronger, faster, and it's just how do you separate yourself from everybody. And I think that was the biggest thing because you know it's just everybody knows a great athlete, and it's the best players always show up. And I think that was just something getting used to. But I would say, yeah, the experience when I first came in, I had I still had a chip on my shoulder, coming into a new program, and new new scheme and all that type of stuff. So, I was still hungry to show myself because, they can still be, he's coming from an FCS program, and, all that type of stuff, all those questions surrounded it. But I felt like, I showed myself and showed my ability, to play with the best of the best. And yeah, it was just a good experience and journey. And I'm blessed to be able to say, I played the Alabamas and the Penn States and the Oregons, and I have that film, where I'm dominating and just showing my best self.
Yeah, I agree. And one of my models is big players play big in big games. So one game that really stood out for you was Oregon, and he was all over. He had 4 something tackles. So, causing havoc. But, going back to that transition from, playing at William & Mary, where you were pretty much just chaos, right? You were all over the field, tackles for losses, sacks, forced fumbles, you name it, breaking almost all-time school records, then going to Wisconsin, playing against the Jalen Milrose, the Tyler Warrens, who we just spoke about, the Caleb Johnson. So, talk about your preparation as you geared up for Saturday. Like, what was your thought process, and what were the things that you were kind of focusing on as you made that transition from William & Mary and got prepared to play big football at Wisconsin on Saturdays?
Yeah. Yeah, I would say going through the game week, having that practice, first practice is on Tuesday, or we have walkthroughs on Sunday, but the first real practice was on Tuesday. And Monday we'll have a meeting, just go through, the scouting report, and, watch a little film, as a position and as a defense a little bit. And then after that Tuesday practice, coach will lead comments, and then I'm just watching, any mistakes, or any things that I need to correct, and I'll keep watching that throughout. Watch the game film of the team we're playing, watch their previous games, whether if they had an injury or something, watch their backup, and they had all the cut-ups and stuff, so it was very easy to just pull something up and watch it. But I would say definitely just watch a film throughout the week, every time, even going all the way onto Friday, when we're in the hotel and stuff. And there's no like, I guess for me, there's like really, there's no such thing as like too much film. That makes
Mhm.
sense. So, I'm just constantly trying to watch as much as I can. I'm going through the game plan. There's any new changes at the end of the week. I'm watching that again, looking it over, making sure that I'm good. Any adjustments or audibles we doing for certain plays, and I'll just keep reminding myself throughout the week of what I have to do, and yeah, I'll definitely say it leading up into that. And for that, or for the film part, I'll say recovery. I'm just constantly after each practice is like cold tub, hot tub, stretching. Stretching at night when I'm back in my crib, and yeah, it's just you can never like get tired of like doing that. And I think it's just being able to build that routine is crucial. Especially at this level, it's like there's not really any room for like errors or mental mistakes. So I think that was just my preparation, and where there's a position coach, reminding us of stuff. I think it's just always good to be mentally prepared, and that would just help you play more freely.
Yeah.
Facts. 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 Go ahead, Ron.
Yeah, no, I got one question for you.
Yeah.
Since I know you in the process getting ready for the big day in about a month, you know, sitting in front of teams, when people ask you questions about what you can bring to their team at the next level, if you can treat us like a false interview or something like that. What if we were to ask you, what would you bring to our team at the next level? What would you tell them?
I'll say I bring playmaking ability, and I want to be as straightforward as I can. That's like what I've shown
I respect
throughout
that.
my college career, and someone that's going to be hardworking, is going to come in every day and just do what it takes to be a professional, on the field and off the field.
Yeah.
Have that chip on my shoulder, be coachable as much as I can, and just be a good teammate, um, to my other teammates, people in the facility, all that type of stuff. That's just what I that's just what I bring in general. And there's no plays where I'm just not going 100%. I feel like I play to the best of my ability. And that's something that I take pride in, and being able to come in and say like I gave it my all every game, and I feel like that's the biggest thing I do.
Love it.
Absolutely.
Love it. Love it.
All right. So I know last week we were actually gonna do this interview last week, but I think that you had your pro day, and I think they had some kind of debacle that happened with it or whatnot. But I look at it, and you were on the Senior Bowl watch, and you didn't get an invite, or you didn't go to the combine. Can you talk about the chip that you have on your shoulder, and what type of chip, and how you're going to use that as fuel for any NFL team that gives you a chance?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it was definitely disappointing to not get those major invites, but it honestly kind of reminded me of like when I first came out from high school, and I wasn't getting as much interest. Just three offers, three FCS, and kind of like takes me back to that mode where I was like really hungry and really grinding for that. And that's just the position I'm in now. I feel like it's like, okay, like I'm getting underlooked right now. I'm not getting what I want, but that's just gonna make me go harder. And I feel like you got to fall in love with like the grind, and I feel like that's what I'm doing right now. Um, and yeah, I'm just honestly just taking it one day at a time, but definitely it's on my mind every day, and I don't take that for granted. I do feel like I take that personally, and
Mm-hmm.
I was just using it as motivation and using it as fuel. And I feel like that's something that I try to remind myself every day. Um, and know like coming in, it's not gonna be I'm gonna have to work for everything when when I get on the team. And just having that in the back of my head is going to be something I can say with that will be able to like separate me, from everybody else. And I just, use that, like I said, just using that as motivation, I think is my biggest thing.
Yeah. That's good. Always channel that. We have a lot of kids who come on the show, and undrafted guys, gym guys. I mean, the Travis Hunters, the Abdul Carters, they don't need us, right? But for you guys who are really just going under the radar, I feel like you guys really need the spotlight because phenomenal stats. The stats is all there. It's just getting that exposure. And once you get in the foot in the door, we promise that you're probably going to hold things down and show your God-given ability. Now, selfishly, I have to ask a question, right? Because I watch a lot of Wisconsin football. And you guys have an offensive lineman who I feel like is going under the radar, and Jack Nelson. So what was it like in preparing against Jack, battling with Jack week after week, and what type of player is he on the offensive side of the ball?
Yeah, Jack, like he's a great guy. We had our battles back and forth.
He's violent.
Yeah, since I got there from the spring. And I feel like he's been underlooked a little bit, but he's definitely gonna be someone. He's definitely gonna be someone that when he comes in on the team, he's gonna make people, watch and see what he's doing. And he's just a great player, and I think he's gonna make a team happy for sure. But it's always definitely long battles where it's 1-on-1. Or we're doing, team, good on good, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm bringing my best. He's bringing his best. And just like the O-line in general, we had another guy, Joe Huber, who's in the draft for our right guard.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was always like a battle. And I feel like we made each other better. And then, it's iron sharpening iron. So, I've definitely learned some stuff from him, and I feel like he's, learned some stuff from me. And yeah, he's a good player.
Facts. So you hear that, Jerry? Will McClay's? I know y'all watching. 2 for 1 out of Wisconsin. We can get you a left tackle. We can also get you a linebacker. Fill these boys in Dallas. We're doing all the work for the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? We're doing all the dirty work for them. But we would definitely love to have y'all. Go ahead, Ro.
Yeah, my last thing I just wanted to say is, man, I appreciate your grind. You know what I'm saying? I want you to just know that the people that you interviewing with tonight, our team loves to dibble and dabble in not only overlooked players, but even if you didn't get a chance, let's say for instance in the draft, stay grinding because we offer the largest contracts in the undrafted free agent market. So your journey don't have to stop wherever people think it might stop. You keep grinding. You already got the right mindset. You're a hard worker. I can tell you focus. You just keep grinding and you're going to mess around and be on our team.
Right.
Yeah.
Trust me.
You getting the jersey, bro. Hey, look, I stayed out of the pro shop for years, but look, gotta be the first jersey.
If you get John to buy DMV to buy a Cowboys jersey, man, you definitely put it in work because he's been rebelling for the past 2 to 3 years, man. So, yeah.
But they ain't gonna let you have 0 though, right?
Yeah, you ain't gonna have that 0, man. That's the last
I already know.
Yeah, man. But my last question before we let you go, man, because I know you're extremely busy, and like you said, thanks for coming on. What would it mean to you that we're sitting here on draft day and then we hear John Pius, linebacker out of Wisconsin, and hear your name called? What would that mean for you?
Yeah, it would mean everything. I mean, that's been a long time, goal of mine. Since I just been watching football, honestly, and I just want to know that I made my peoples proud. I mean, I made everybody that's been rooting for me and been watching me like y'all have, and just doing that or seeing that happen, just mean the world. And like I said, I never take that for granted. That'll be something that I can look back and say, this happened. And just whatever team that drafts me or signs me, I want to, make sure that I give my 100% and give all out effort. And yeah, it would just mean everything for real if that's what happened.
unless you go to Philly or you know what I'm saying, or Washington, you ain't got to give all out effort. You can chill a little bit. No,
You just trying to keep. Hey, bro, I'm trying to keep you from Washington.
I know, man.
Bro.
We might have to put this video on private or something, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that is like my team. I don't know if y'all knew Washington is my team. So.
I mean, it's like the Cowboys. It's like the Cowboys light. You know what I'm saying? It's the Cowboys light. So
it's understandable. Your area you from, we get it.
Yeah,
right. Cheer for the home team. DMV, you want to wrap it up with last question?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to first start off and say, man, super proud of you, man. I know I said it before, but I really, I really feel like that. I'm also, I'm thankful to see that you working with my young brother Dev, man. You guys are doing a wonderful thing for the area, man, and keep that up. Last thing I'm gonna ask is draft night. Like, what's your setup, man? Like, who like, where you gonna be? Are you gonna be at home? Like, you close your eyes, and what does it look like for you?
Yeah, I'm gonna be at home for sure, just with my family. And yeah, just I guess this draft is gonna be a little different since that's the draft I'm in right now. So yeah, I'm just gonna be at home doing the same thing. Relaxing. My agent is saying anything, just looking out for that, and just seeing what players get picked up and all that type of stuff, and assessing the situation for each team and seeing where I would fit. I mean, that's probably what I'm going to be doing. Yeah, just relaxing and just enjoying this moment because this draft is going to be a little more special than the previous drafts that I've been watching every year. So I think that's just the biggest thing.
Facts. All right, y'all. Well, look, we just found us a new linebacker. So we got some holes to fill the linebacker position. So we found us a new linebacker in Dallas. John, thanks for spending time with us, coming on the show, man. We wishing you the best of luck. We're gonna be rooting for you on draft day. Unless you go to if you go to Philly, man, we gonna say congratulations. But then we have to, send you off, man. But best of luck. Continue to press forward, man, and we're wishing you the best, man.
Yes, sir. I just want to say, thank y'all for having me and me and Devin for setting this up and reaching out to y'all about me. So yeah, I just want to say thanks again, and hope to be on the Cowboys if possible, and make it happen.
We would love it.
There we go, man. All right, John, appreciate you, my guy, man. Thanks for coming on.
So we gonna connect, bro. I'm gonna hit you and we gonna connect.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, well, let everybody know where they can find you. Also, where they can follow your journey. Where can they find you?
Yeah, John_Pius8. That's on my Instagram and Twitter. And yeah, that's where I'm most active. So
perfect. Yeah. All right, bro. Best of luck, man, in your journey.
Yeah, thank you. Take care.
Absolutely.
Yeah, fire, man. Linebacker. He's violent, bro. I like, what I'm saying? I got the film. I was like, all right.
Did you see the William and Mary film?
Yeah,
man,
the Mary film.
Bro, coming off that edge, bro. Like,
yeah,
I saw.
I could play it, man. Might do an individual one. You know what I'm saying? Or we can get to it. You know what I'm saying? But you two be honest. We can't.
Yeah, y'all make sure y'all go check out his highlights. Bro can play.
Go check out his film. We might do a film session, but yeah, you two be honest with this film stuff. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, overall good kid, man. And this is like, I think the power of the platforms that we've built, man, is giving these kids opportunities. Like I was saying, the Abdul Carters, the Trav, they don't need us, but these kids who are diamonds in the rough, they need the platform. And it's not that, they can't play. It's just that people just aren't aware. And, selfishly, I kind of just, talk about, if you watch my video with the Kendall Paul kid, nobody was talking about Kendall Paul from East Texas A&M at all, like zero. Like no one had no clue. Only one scout showed up to his pro day. But then what happens? Just like he said on my show during the interview, just like John did, he was going to run a 4.2. He ran a 4.2, and now it's pandemonium. Now, you know what I'm saying? He texts me every day, scout this, scout that. I'm just like, all right, bro, congratulations. But it's like these kids just really need an opportunity. For us Cowboys fans, we've had so many of them. That could have been Marquise Bell. That could have been Wanye Thomas. That could have been Rico.
That's what we do.
You know what I'm saying? So, that is what we do, man. So it's dope to kind of get these kids and give them the spotlight that they need. But Jerry, y'all have to start paying us, man. We've been finding too many diamonds in the rough. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's your scout department at, man? So, appreciate y'all for tuning in for the interview. We're not done though. Do we want to hit on a mock draft? We're gonna keep going, or y'all want to talk about anything else, man? Let y'all go.
Hey, bro.
No, you can do a mock draft if you want.
Yeah, for sure. That's Rome's. That's Rome's thing
mock
right there.
draft, we taking all offensive linemen.
Listen, you know why? Because I can live in a positive space when I'm doing a mock draft before they go out there and get goofy.
Right.
Take somebody like Tyler Booker. Oh, I'm sorry,
Lou. Lou. You gotta get Lou on. We gotta get Lou on next week.
Hey, but we forgot to ask John when he was on here what it was like, because I saw a couple dust ups between him and Booker when they played Alabama. So I forgot to ask him. I had it over here, but it is what it is, man. Like,
Lou gonna fight me when he see me in person.
Yeah. we have to get Lou on because this offensive line talk. Maybe we do offensive line because I really ain't did no offensive line talk because I don't even want to get the thought in my head.
Hey Lou, we best offensive line, second round and back. That's what we doing.
Let's see here. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and get over into the mock draft, man. But make sure y'all like the content, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in with us. I know it's March Madness going on, but my team is out. I'm a sore loser, y'all. So once my team is out the tournament, I don't care that. I hope everybody else. I hope everybody else lose, and that's just where I'm at with it. So let's go ahead and get into the mock draft. Let me share my screen right here. Let's see. Where's it at? It's the wrong button. Tuck. Here we go. All right, bang. We in it. All right, so we're going to do 7 rounds. I feel like, March 27th, we should be competent enough to go deep in the 7th round. Dallas Cowboys 12th pick because Micah Parsons wanted to be a hero. And I knew when Micah Parsons was coming back, bro. I was like, it's over. And the funny thing about that, I remember I was cutting up Travis Hunter film, getting ready to drop it, and then it was like we beat Washington, beat Tampa. I was just like, damn, like
that was a win that I didn't expect. I don't know what mustard
everybody gave it all they had. You know what I'm saying? What's the Shannon Sharp at the end of the day? Just know I gave it everything I had. They gave it everything they had.
Surprised Carolina.
Yeah, we beat Carolina.
Tampa. I was like, really? Y'all gonna go beat Tampa?
We should have beat the Bengals.
You should have beat Cincy too. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so they was on a mission, dog. And I was like, I don't never want to hear nobody talking about Micah Parsons quit, right, bro? The one time I would have wanted people to be right about Micah Parsons is not a leader and a quitter. But that was the time. And now he showed up and he led this team. He really believed that they were going to make this playoff push. Like, he really thought they were going to do it. So,
hey, y'all, real quick before we go in, y'all hit that. I know I haven't said it like I normally do on my lives, but y'all hit the like button. Appreciate y'all. For tapping in and being engaged. I know we ain't been talking to the chat as much, but we appreciate y'all. I just always like to say that.
Yeah, we'll get to y'all, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. I think we had a super chat come in. Let me see here. Or did I miss it? I thought I saw it. If I missed your super chat, oh no, it's right here. Appreciate you, Blake. If we pick up someone like Keenan Allen in free agency, do we still draft a wide receiver? If not, wide receiver, who would you want at 12? Go Cowboys.
Appreciate you, Lincoln Blake.
If we go and got Keenan Allen, for me personally, you can probably wait a little bit, you know what I'm saying, to the 2nd round, 3rd round. But here, I would still go get a wide receiver early because if you go sign Keenan Allen, it's only going to be for a 1-year deal anyway, and we'll just be right back in the same conversation spot next year. So, it would kind of soften the blow. But personally, I would go get a wide receiver.
If we got Keenan Allen, I would definitely go get like Amarion Hampton first.
Right.
If Genty's not there. But I would circle back. Like, I'm not joking about loading up this team offensively and just going out there and giving it a serious shot at being a dangerous offensive team. I'm tired of like skirting the edges and trying to like, well, maybe we can get the best out of this person, or maybe
bro.
Right.
Potential.
Right.
I don't want untapped. I want potential overflowing.
Right.
I don't want untapped. I want like, it's too much potential to handle. Like, I want that.
Right.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I'm going to challenge some folks, bro. I'm going to say this because they listening and they're going to get sensitive, and I don't give a damn about it. But y'all too slow. Y'all too slow in today's game when it comes to this 365 acquisition process. Bro, you ain't going to weasel everybody out of a contract, or you ain't going to out negotiate everybody at the same time, dog. Like, hurry up, bro. Hurry up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're too slow, and it's effing up my universe, right? Ain't that what he told Billy Bob and what was the movie? Varsity Blues?
Yeah, Varsity Blues. Yeah. And I would say the
fat,
sad thing is, man, it's like we were talking about this off grid, but it's like the Cowboys community and this fan base has been conditioned to accept mediocrity, right? Because even like it's sad, right? Because we'll see. Okay, Cooper Kupp just gets signed. Oh, we was never going to pay him that. Oh, we was never going to pay him that. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Then it's like, oh, the Commanders get Debo. Oh, but I could. You know what I'm saying? Like that's our thought process. Instead of focusing on a player position, it's just about the money value.
And let's stop being that corny, salty dude that try to get somebody's number. And then when you don't get their number, now you want to hate. Because I'm tired of I've been around since October when Dak got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched us clamor. First of all, we went through that horrible end of the season. Then the offseason came, and I watched us clamor for all these free agents that did sign with other teams.
Right.
But I also watched a couple of y'all flip-flop and go from like that dude, we help our team. He kind of washed because it was a bunch of Cowboys fans out here saying that we could use Debo Samuel.
Right.
And now y'all out here saying he washed up. No, Washington just got a really good player.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying he's going to be old school Debo, but if you think that Debo wouldn't have helped our team, you just lying to yourself. Don't be bitter because we out here signing Paris Campbell.
Right.
Put the pressure on the people that should be signing people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, if Amari Cooper signs somewhere else and Keenan Allen signs somewhere else, don't come out here saying, well, they was washed when just this week you was begging for them.
Right.
Your front office needs to stop being lazy. You know what I'm saying? Like it is, like I seen it with Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
I seen it with Stephon Diggs. I seen people, Stephon Diggs might can come, him and his brother. And then as soon as Stephon Diggs signed, I seen people on Twitter like, man, that was an overpay. Stephon Diggs.
No, it wasn't, bro. That contract was And
they have a 1 year out too.
It's wide receiver money. It's 20 million is low end. This is not 2016. Low end wide receiver money is 20 million.
Cowboys fans freak out anytime they see something that's double digits. Anytime something double digits come up, they freak out.
Facts. But whole time, y'all, like, we keep looking at the average per year. He only got 26 million guaranteed over 3 years. That ain't shit, bro.
Right.
It's a 1 year deal with
they can get out of it next year. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But my point is 26 million. Jamar Chase is making $40 million a year. That's top end receiver money, 35, 37. That's where the CDs, Jamar, AJ Brown, they in the 35 realm and up, maybe low 30s. Decent receivers, decent twos are going to cost 20 million. Right. If you don't want to play, then just be mediocre. But if you got to pay to play to get people in the right position, stop acting like, we can get everybody for cheap. This is not Madden.
Yeah. Them days are gone where people want to just come to Dallas for the low,
nobody care about
this, yo. CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott picked up the phone and called Cooper Kupp. He said, "No, I'm good. I'm going to Seattle."
Bro, and here's the thing. I watched us Cowboy fans act like 15 million, and not even all guaranteed, but 15 million a year was expensive in this market.
Anything double digits.
It's not no more. Linebackers
exactly.
Linebackers don't make 8 no more. They make 15. Receivers don't make 16 no more. They make 25.
Right.
And all of the top end players is making 35 and up. Welcome to the reality.
Right.
Brock Purdy about to secure 55 million. It ain't an overpay. That's the market.
It's the market. And that's the hardest thing to explain to some or not just Cowboys football fans. It's not the player, it's just the market. So people are like, oh, I wouldn't pay him that. It's the market, bro. Like that's what it's being based off of. It's just like a housing market. If all the houses in your neighborhood go up, you're not going to sell yours for 50% off. You're going to sell it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but
make life decisions. You don't want to pay your quarterback. You don't want to play in the market. Then be the Giants. Right. You out here signing Jameis Winston and Russell Wilson, or be the Browns where you're trading for, because people, I don't want Dak Prescott. It costs to have good players or great players in those positions. Dak Prescott wasn't going to come cheap. He not only knew you guys had to sign him, he had all the leverage.
Right.
So you could have let him walk.
Right.
We have been out here begging, please can Shador get to us? Let's trade up. Like, our life would be different right now.
And Yeah, bro. And just like she just said, like even Troy said, this is not a top destination no more. And that's what
right.
people have to understand. We are not the glitz and glamour where everybody wants to come play for Cowboys. Here's how crazy people gotta understand. Mike McCarthy said, I would rather sit at home jobless than to sit in here and be disrespected with this offer that y'all offer me. This is the head coach. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I can imagine how they play with some of these players when it comes to contract time.
They play with some of them coaches too.
And the coaches, and think about this. And I've been saying this for so many years, if Dak Prescott had to go through last season all the way until kickoff to get his money, and he does everything the right way, imagine how they're gonna do me. Imagine how they're gonna do me, bro. If I'm Micah Parsons don't stand a chance, bro. If they drug Dak out, they go,
bro. And I'm glad you said that, Rome. I think that if you want to set the tone for people that you actually want to win, you get your guys done, bro. The Chiefs, They don't waste no time, bro. Their guys would have been signed, or they signed them in May, or whenever they signed.
It looked like we was about to do that though. It's been so confusing. They got Osa done. They started to sign some depth pieces. I said,
"Hey, Tuck, question. When was them season tickets, or when was that deposit due?"
It was due in February. It was due in February before the Super Bowl.
Okay, now they was trying to get people. They was trying to get people to come out to that dry ass training camp this year or something. I don't know.
I had to pay money to get out of my contract, like on some Suge Knight stuff. I had to drop a bag off because they wasn't gonna let me out my contract.
You know what was telling though? The thing that was telling was when there was an interview. I think Nate Newton. Somebody was talking to Dion at his house, and. Or it was leaked that Dion wasn't even thinking, like it wasn't like a consideration. Like he wasn't even thinking about Dallas because he probably sent out a feeler like, so what them numbers talking about? Right. And Jerry was like $8, and he was like, yo, I'm not going down. Like, don't disrespect me. So he didn't even entertain it. Like you can't even find an article where he entertained it because he probably heard those numbers. Like that's what Cooper Kupp probably was like. I could play with Dallas. $8. All right, you know what?
Yeah, I'm cool.
I'm
going to Seattle. Sam
y'all
Darnold
ain't serious, bro. Y'all ain't trying to win, bro.
Sam Darnold, it is right, and that's the mindset that this team is really putting on display, right? I wouldn't take them serious, And here's the thing, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get in the mock draft, but we'll get here in a second. They've done this with numerous people. You know what I'm saying? Even going back to Tony Romo, y'all remember Romo's story? They came after to him in a preseason game and cornered him and was like, sign this. You know what I'm saying? And Romo was like, so they try to play these hoodwink games business-wise, and it just doesn't create that trust when it comes to the players in the organization. That's why there's always a rift. And we see so many teams like, hell, okay, so D. Smitty was in the same draft as Micah. He's already signed. The Cardinals, who drafted Trey McBride after Micah, they getting ready to sign Trey McBride now this year to get the extension out the way. So all these teams are being proactive, but Micah's going to have to miss voluntary. It's going to be this whole spiel about missing voluntary. He's going to have to miss games and, you know what I'm saying, miss practice and, Oxnard. You know what I'm saying? Like, why does everybody have to
get if you're going to sign him?
Get the money.
That's what makes me mad.
Sign him. Right. It's like if I owe Rome and DMV money, I got the money, but I want them to text and call me about it for 4 or 5 months, and then I'm like, all right, bro, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, just give it.
They're haggling over 2 or 3 million, Tuck.
Yeah,
it's 2 or 3. Y'all letting, let's just say the life of the contract. Y'all haggling over 8-10 million. Seriously? No, y'all haggling over 8-10 million. That you're just going to restructure next year anyway.
Well, apparently. It's supposed to have been done. They just want to be in charge of how it's, announced to everybody. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, either way, the games, bro, even if that is the case, even if that is the case, what message is that sending to anybody else that you guys are really trying to win?
Right.
I just want to know what are y'all holding on to? They don't understand. Like, I wish I could sit in that boardroom and let them know, hey, listen. Y'all trying to hold on to this. Let's stay good every year, no matter what. That's their goal.
Mm-hmm.
Their goal is to just stay good, not to be great and not to be trash in the middle. My thing is this: your fans that are super loyal, if you pushed all your chips to the middle and went out in a blaze of glory and then ruined it for 2 or 3 years, and this year was the San Francisco year where they traded Micah, they traded CD, and literally reloaded to where we was gonna say, okay, we're going development and drafting, right? You got the type of fan base. This is what the Cowboys understand that would embrace that.
Right.
If we got an off season where basically our marching orders is like, hey, y'all, we ain't really trying to win, we rebuild it.
Right.
Me, you, and DMV might be like, it's lit. I ain't even got to stress winning.
Right.
I wouldn't even be mad at them. But they want to do this thing.
They won't say it. They won't say it.
What's they term? We hang around the rim.
Right. Hang around the rim, or you know what I'm saying?
I want y'all to miss a little bit. If we go
selectively aggressive.
Yeah, we need to be
dog, go get some jump soles and learn how to damn dunk. All right. I'm tired of being around the rim, dog.
Yeah, that's my thing. But like, if we failed, and I'm not trying to say we will, but if we failed, y'all push all the chips to y'all sign Greenlaw, y'all sign this, y'all trade for a pass rusher, y'all load up, and it just fails out, and we got to reset our whole cap in 2 or 3 years. We would all be fine with it.
Right.
Yeah, I think the fans would actually buy in more. I think you probably, if you actually tried to push the chips in, you probably would make more money, bro.
Right.
Like,
right.
I mean, it's all about being right.
Fan, he was mad for a little bit. He's like, yo, we just reset and I ain't even tripping. So he's going to enjoy this season and just take whatever they can get. Right. He's not even tripping.
And here's the thing. They're probably going to get a more exciting draft pick than us because they're probably going to get T-Mac. You know what I'm saying? And then that's going to give them some initial excitement. So it's like, yeah, the Cowboys are making the same mistake that the Dallas Mavericks were making when they were never just trash to get a premier pick, but they are never good enough to win it all. And then just happened. Luckily, they ended up with Luka. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, bro, like, because even with the Mavericks right now, like, bro, why are y'all beating Brooklyn right now and playing Anthony Davis? Sit down. Like, the season is over, you know, but the Cowboys, they don't want to say we're in the rebuilding because they feel like they can't sell that. Yeah, they don't want to be honest, man.
But I'm gonna tell them right now, though, you got 3 years, bro. I'm telling you, if it don't work in 3 years, whether they want to, because they're not
and blow it up.
They're going to be forced to blow it up because once that is gone, we're going to do like they're not going to be able to sustain. If they're not smart, we're not going to have a good enough quarterback to do anything.
Right.
We barely got one now.
Right. Right.
You're funny.
Right. Right. Facts. All right, let's go ahead and get to it because that's why I love doing draft content. Because it's the only thing the Cowboys actually have to participate in.
They can't run from it.
They got to. You know what I'm saying? They got to pick somebody. So as far as the settings, let's make this one quick, y'all. We ain't gonna do no trades, y'all, and all that. We'll do.
I'll get it to get them likes up too. I ain't off y'all. I don't care.
Let's crank up the randomness.
Actually, if y'all want to do me a favor, I am 71 people away from 30K. If one of y'all ain't subscribed,
go follow my dog. We gotta get Roman 30K.
I'm trying to get the 30K.
Get the 30K.
After 30K, I'm probably not gonna care because at this rate, I ain't never getting to 40K. But I'll take this last little victory.
Nah, we gotta get you to 30K, bro. We gotta get Roman 30K.
Yo, it's taking me 2 years. I've been in the 20s for 2 years.
Yeah, it's like it'll do something where like it peaks and then like it'll slow down. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I'm trying to get in the 20s, dog. And it's like I got up to 17, and then it's just like,
it's plateaued. Yeah. Hey man, I don't know if y'all know, I ain't paying to play, so I ain't buying stuff. y'all either gonna sub or y'all not.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought about it one time. Like, bro, everyone just chill, Tuck, chill.
Get that credit card out. Like, it subs went up.
I was like everybody else on steroids. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all ain't trying to have 50K subs and like.
See, all right. Let's get to the draft. You know what I'm saying? All right, bro. Let's go ahead and get to the draft, man. Before they take us down, man. We already the bad guys, bro. But you know what I'm saying? I thought about it. I was like, Tuck, just buy you a platinum plaque real quick, and then you know what I'm saying. But the thighs and the legs gotta match, y'all.
Oh, he said they got BBL.
Oh, you called them. Oh, you said BBL.
BBL CCs, man. Them BBL CCs, man. Them content creators buy BBLs, bro. Them subs and them views don't match. You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. All right, Tuck, stop being a bully. All right, let's get to the draft. All right, so we ain't gonna do no trades. We're gonna stick and pick, and we're gonna go from there. But I want to see what happens though. So
upset. Ted.
Ward,
Ted.
Shador,
Yeah,
Travis,
you
Carter,
want to
Graham.
argue with yourself? We already know. We just
So Armand
What you
went
got
early.
to? But
Genty to the Saints, Warren to the Bears,
that's
Shamar
gonna make me
Stewart.
sick if Kellen get Genty though.
Shamar Stewart is the name y'all need to keep your eye on too. 'Cause I can see something like that. But yeah, bro, if Ted's there, I'm grabbing him every time with zero hesitation.
Facts.
And zero hesitation. So then we all in agreement there.
yeah,
That's easy.
take it back.
Real life Ted gonna go like pick 6. Like, oh
Right.
no.
Right. Or right
He gonna
before,
go-
it's like 11 or something like
He
that.
gonna go to the Raiders.
All right. So here we are at 44. Demetrius Knight. I mentioned Demetrius Knight, and Cowboys fans got so pissed off at me because I said there's a possibility he could be a first round pick because I feel like with Jahad Campbell's injury, he could be linebacker 2 at the Jalen Walker. But you know what I'm saying? Darius Alexander, defensive tackle. I love him in the interior.
Yeah, he's a 3 tech.
Yeah.
Which
When I've been doing my mocks, whenever I get here, I look at corner and running back. That's usually my battle.
So let's look at
and DT. I do look at DT too.
running back and cornerback. All right. So
I ain't gonna lie to y'all with what I'm looking at right now, and I probably would go Jenkins here, but that's just me. You know, I'm running back.
I just dropped a little short on Jenkins earlier.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because we got Ted.
Yeah, I would go Tet and Judkins if you want to go instant impact.
Get that running back and receiver out the way. Them next 8 picks, you do what y'all want.
Right. Yeah. All right. And honestly, this type of draft made me want to call my ticket holder back. Hey man, I didn't cancel my season. Like,
You're gonna be back in the building. How you get?
Yeah, I'm back. We back in the building, man. You go get me T-Mac and Judkins. Okay, I'm gonna peek out a little bit. So
you know what else too? Hey, Jay Lou left, so that mean that deuce is open. Somebody getting that deuce. I don't know who getting it, but
deuce.
You better not. You better sit down. He better sit down.
No. I don't got it. Wanye got it, right? Wanye already switched to it. Yeah, Wanye took 2.
Oh, don't understand. Give me about that.
Because remember, he took 2 because he said if everybody wants, they better give up that signing bonus. So
DMV face is hilarious.
So I got
look, bro. No disrespect. You don't play enough to wear 2, bro. Like
he better play enough to wear 2.
Come on, dog.
He better.
I mean, they draft the safety. I mean, really, they draft the safety. Like what? I don't know. Like,
hey,
look,
how y'all feeling about Turner still being there?
I'm not sure why, but I would
Something
take Turner.
Well, I mean, Turner, I kind of like there. I actually like JT too. I like JT there. What corners is on the board? Like I said,
corners.
When I be doing mocks, I know Morrison be there a lot.
Ransom there, bro.
For asking about Charles Grant.
Like, look. I just saw Ransom on the board, and we talking about Wanye just got number 2. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't think they would go safety that early. So if it's me, I would look at Turner or JT.
Yeah,
I would think defense. You could consider.
I would go JT out of those 2. I would go JT out of those 2. I
ain't mad about poaching off Ohio State. I'll take a bunch of them. I don't even care,
bro. I had a draft where I had 3 Ohio State, 1, 2, and 3.
They could be
Shamar was one of our 30 visits.
Georgia boys. We could be the Buckeye boys. I don't care.
It worked with Zeke.
I had Shamar on the mock too. So and I kind of like his motor. I like his motor a lot.
I like his motor too, and he was a 30. I think this is more Cowboys as pick. I think we go with Turner.
I think Turner's more of a need because right now I'm not saying we set an edge, but we definitely got 4 decent edges.
Right. Yeah, and plus they're gonna get Sam Williams and Nealon to go. So let's go with Turner.
Yeah, and also too, like the thing about JT, you can go ahead and make the pick, but I was just gonna say, like the thing about JT is he's a lot like Nealon. They have a lot of the same. So
I think Nealon gonna be better this year. I'll be optimistic.
Yeah, I mean, Nealon didn't have a bad year. You know what I'm saying? Honestly,
he just got nicked up. Remember, he missed like 4 games. That was
right. Okay, so now we're in the 5th round. So we got some volume picks.
Well, I think somebody would take. Y'all gonna hate them.
Will
Howard? I would take Will Howard. No, he was talking about Quinn.
No, I was talking about Will Howard. I'm down for a good.
Hey, look, Will Howard and Riley Leonard are my 2 quarterbacks that are around this range that I'm looking at that I might would take.
I know Will Howard's enough to make Dak be like, hold on.
I mean,
yeah, bro. he poor man's Big Ben, bro. He's poor man's Big Ben.
Will Howard's just a pure winner. You know what I'm saying? He's just a winner.
Yeah, Dak wouldn't be comfortable. You draft Will Howard, Dak's gonna be like,
you know the fans. The fans are gonna come with us. You got Luke Kandra, guard. He played with one of my guys, Philip Wilder, who was on the show.
I like Luke Kandra, bro. He's very, very strong. I wish his feet were a little better, but bro, like people keep talking about Tyler Booker. This is a poor man's Tyler Booker.
Lou's takes. Come on.
Lou left the chat, bro. Lou out.
I said that one joke about Tyler Booker. Lou was like, I'm out.
Now Lou saw taking that wide receiver in the first round. He did, man. I would take Luke Kandra here to get the offensive lineman. I do like Kandra a lot.
I bet you. Look, this guy's been going. No, Will Howard ain't gonna be there.
So, quick question, Tuck. I got go down. Do you know anything about the corner from UNC?
Oh yeah, Elijah Huzzy.
Yeah.
So when it comes to Elijah Huzzy, honestly, like it's this, right? It's the size thing for me. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know if that still means something in Dallas because we got to do defensive coaching staff, but I know they typically don't like shorter corners. But I mean,
can he play the slot? Do we know if he plays the slot at all?
He can play the inside.
Because we that's what we did lose that. You know what I'm saying? We lost that with J. Lou.
Well, hopefully, I can just go get Sante Samuel. But
what QBs is on the board?
I like Denzel Burke too. You know what I'm saying? And maybe we get him later on. But that
Denzel Burke. You also got my guy.
If you take a QB here, Burke will be at 71. I bet you.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can last at 171. I would think. I would take Luke Kandra here. We are taking a wide receiver, so I wouldn't do.
Yeah, if it's not Will Howard, I would take Luke Kandra here.
We got 2 trenches, 2 weapons.
Yeah, let's go trenches. I think
Lou's happy. Lou's happy.
All right, so then you get Elijah Huzzy right there. So now we can really bag up. So you can go.
I bet you my dog McCord is there, so that's why I ain't tripping. I bet you McCord there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna ask you a question. Ron, what you like about McCord? Because I like him, and there's also some things that I don't like. But what stood out to you?
He got a bigger program pedigree. He transferred from Ohio State.
Yeah. So the one thing that hey, Luke hated. So the one thing that hated it.
Who always gonna hate, man?
I like McCord when they were at home. When they were away, I didn't really like him too much when they had to go out and there was some windy games and stuff like that. But I do like when he's a streaky player, man. When he on.
Yeah, he's streaky. Because I love this tight end in Aronde. We'll talk about here in a second.
How y'all feel about Ewers then?
I don't
really like Ewers, dog.
I like Rourke better than both of them from Indiana.
Yeah, I like Curse Rourke. This is my guy, Tyler Shough, right here. Now the thing is, he has better upside potential than everybody remaining. It's just the injuries with him, right? With the collarbone and all that. But he had a good Senior Bowl and at Louisville. I mean, he was carving stuff up. Injury? He transferred from Texas Tech as well.
You think it was a fluky collarbone, or is it like a?
Nah, he broke it and then came back and broke it again. Then he had a fibula injury. But I mean, 6'5", rocket arm, accuracy, can scramble outside the pocket, just slide, fella, just slide. You know what I'm saying? So, he had a good Senior Bowl, too. So
we don't gotta go quarterback here. Then we'll get one of them later.
Yeah, I would hold off. You could go Elijah Huzzy here, Upton Stout safety.
Yeah, Upton Stout. That was the one that Rock told us about. Remember that was one of the people that he named. Said was sound. Yep.
They like Stutzman too. I know they were there, met with him in the combine.
Danny Stutzman. So you could go linebacker.
You had to get him here.
We got 171 and 174.
I might go to corner.
Go corner. So let's go corner.
And then come back and get a linebacker.
Maybe? Yeah, we can do that. We can get 3 picks and get a linebacker right back.
I think linebackers ain't going nowhere. I don't think.
Yeah, so we can go Elijah Huzzy here.
Bang. We ain't gonna be able to get that quarterback though. So if you're okay with not getting a quarterback,
you're gonna be there in the 7th.
We'll be able to get a quarterback. So we can do Upton Stout, Cody Simon. Did we lost Danny Stutzman? He went right before us. Okay. Stout. I would do Cody Simon. I think he's underrated.
I'm okay with Cody Simon. I'm okay with Cody.
All right, let's do Cody. Do Cody.
I'm with it. Ohio State boys, don't trip.
Linebacker too, pedigree. Cowboys fans will love him. There's
Oh,
my dog Jack
McCoy sitting
Nelson.
right there.
Lou, did you do the film session on Jack Nelson?
I didn't. I
I was
didn't.
asking Lou. I know Lou did something
Okay.
on but it's
scared you don't
overdue.
give me-
It's overdue.
Hey, look, we just finished talking to one of his teammates, dog. We probably got to pick him.
I like the kid, bro. He's physical. He's violent as hell.
Who we got?
Me too.
Who we get a halfback? Junkins.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got
I
Junkins.
double dip. Hold on.
Ollie Gordon,
Nah, I like Jordan James.
So I also like LaQuint Allen. I actually like LaQuint Allen a little bit better.
But will he be? He'll probably be there late. Then we don't got to get him now.
Because my thing with Junkins, I mean, because you going power on power. But you want to play power football. I mean, you could do. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I would get LaQuint, because LaQuint's a little bit quicker, and you know what I'm saying, out of the backfield, you
I'm gonna defer to y'all. I'm gonna defer. on it.
So, do you think that we could go tackle?
I probably would go quarterback. No, I would go Jack Nelson here, bro. I would go Jack.
Hold on, where's Jack rank that?
Jack.
I bet you
get
Jack
your quarterback.
If you take McCord, you talking about 6 picks. Jack will be there. I would take McCord.
But you also have Curtis Rourke. I would probably go Jack here just to get him, because I feel like there's going to be some quarterbacks left if you want to go quarterback and running back.
I think Jack here is a steal. I really think this is a steal. He could be your swing. Jack is going to play tackle. You think he's going to play guard, Tuck?
He'll probably play guard, but he has tackle traits. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, then never mind. If he got position flex, then
yeah, he has position flex. And we need it because we don't take what?
You gotta take him then. That makes sense.
So we go Jack Nelson. There should be quarterbacks here. All right, so you got Curtis.
Got to take. Yeah. I would go Curtis. I would go Curtis here. God dang, that's a steal.
Brady
too,
Cook
must be. That's a steal. That's a steal right there.
See Brady Cook. People are like, you know what I'm saying? Oh,
tell me about him, bro, because I haven't gotten to him yet.
The way that he's talking about that, what's he calling? He had no quarterback play.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like people be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? My dog, Luther Burton quit, bro. He wasn't a good quarterback, dog. Like he was saying 11 touchdowns too. Like he's not one of those. You know what I'm saying? So damn right Luther Burton was.
That's a camp arm.
You know, bro, I don't believe people when they say diva and person quit and blah, blah, blah. You know how much he had to sacrifice and how much work you have to put in to be in that moment to say you quit. Man, I think it's easy for people who have never really put on cleats to say somebody quit, bro, and call him a diva. I hate that, bro. Like
so Scatterbo really ran his 40. What did he run? What did he run? He probably ran like a 4.5, like 9, 4.58 or something like that.
It probably was downhill. It probably was
wind blowing. You know what I'm saying? All right, so we can go Curtis Rourke here.
Yep.
All right.
I'm very happy with this draft so far, dog. I'm very happy with this draft.
Let's see here. All right. So now we are sitting here. You got Ty Robinson, who looked good at the combine. Smell Mullen Jr. Ventrell Cypress. And said didn't have a time, but look like low 4.6. See, what do you mean you have a time? How you run your 49 no time, man? That's crazy. Ventrell Cypress.
Once I just get here, I start getting depth pieces that like.
I'll take a
Tyron. You gotta go trade.
I mean the Saints.
Hey, y'all hear me out.
The Saints put his pro day out.
Hey, y'all hear me out.
I
just have Jimmy Horn Jr. Speed. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want another one of them.
I mean, he's a better receiver than Turpin is.
I'm taking Lacey if I'm taking.
He probably not gonna make the team, but you get him on practice squad, and he's
a speedster guy.
He's too little.
I mean, but me personally, dog, like I said,
I'm taking Kyron.
The Saints put his pro day up. You know what I'm saying? So somebody watching him. You know what I'm saying? And
I mean, what we got, we can afford. We can afford
Bro,
it.
You know we're the Lyle Collins special.
You know what? Take Lacey, because I saw a picture full of Jalen's, bro. Take Lacey.
Take it. Dang, ain't gonna tell me
twice. We got investigators on Kyron Lacey case right now.
Yeah.
If we can handle Boss Man Fat, we can handle Kyron Lacey.
Bro, Boss Man Fat, man, I ain't gonna say it, bro. He was at practice the next day.
Shout out to Boss Man Fat.
Yeah, my dog, man. He's at practice the next day. All right, so
did we get 2 backs?
I don't think we did. So running back.
It should say my draft, right? Or something like
see
where it says
here.
your picks.
No, I don't think we got that,
You
dude.
see it?
Oh yeah, right here. That's new.
Nope.
Nah, we didn't. So
we took Nelson.
Yeah. So honestly, I wouldn't take another
Do
back.
we got a safety? Go get a safety.
Let me see if I'm familiar with any of these safeties that are left. Only one I would know would be Shiloh. I mean, so you couldn't get Shador. You went and got Shiloh.
Hey, at this point, he not gonna play.
What about Hancock?
But if Shotty's some trash, we got an opportunity to possibly get Prime.
Yeah, so that could be the hook, right? And then it'll be a media store. You get us Sanders and
hey, is
Dallas.
there any trash can full of dirt interior lineman? Go get one of them.
Let's see here.
Go get that big 6'6" dude that's like 400 pounds.
Let's see here. From Florida. Where is he?
He probably ain't even on here.
Yeah, he ain't on there.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to y'all though. Penn State got a defensive lineman. He's an interior guy, a one technique that don't show up on nothing. Number 99, and he was cooking throughout the playoffs. I don't know what his name is.
I know they get.
I don't.
Big.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, undrafted free agents, bro. I'm getting big number 99 from Penn State.
So you had Howard Cross, but he's a 3-tech. So he's 288.
I need somebody.
He's a good player though, bro. He's a good player.
He's a
really good player.
Only one I'm familiar with. Let's see, it was Jared Harrison. I think he's 294. So I think the big bodies are gone.
Damn.
Yeah.
I usually can get one late.
The one thing I like about Cross does have some one technique snaps. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I think he'd be more of a depth piece for
you. Gotta think whoever we taking here ain't going. They gotta develop anyway. They gonna be around. They ain't about to start.
Yeah, and I mean he has upside potential. I mean he's a good rotational guy. You know what I'm saying? So I mean
he got a lot of accolades, bro. Like you know what I'm saying?
Take him.
Man, Howard Cross. Let's see what little whack grade they give us. I didn't care about these grades, dog.
Hey, we cook, bro. We cook.
Man, see it. Whatever. Hey, we good. Oh, hey.
Yeah, see?
Hey, say this.
Hey, that Curtis Rourke, they love that. They love Lacey. They loved Jack Nelson. That's a B+.
Yeah. Luke Kandra, Shamar Turner. All right, Will McClay, bro. Just take the night off. Give us the keys. You know what I'm saying?
We got
now, this is the type of draft, Will McClay, where we put some respect back on your name. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro, the first 3 picks is you.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Jerseys. I'm excited about
Lou, we got Kandra and Jack Nelson, dog. Come on, bro.
Right.
How tall Jay Lou?
Chili like 6 foot, maybe.
Who, Jay Lou?
Yeah.
I think you being nice, bro. I think he like 5'10".
Yeah.
I think he listed.
We got the new Jay Lou right there.
Yeah, I think this is a good ass draft. Linebacker Jack Nelson, Curtis Rourke, backup quarterback, took a gamble on Kyrie Lacey.
This is how Will McClay been drafting. He'll make a draft like it'll be a whole draft like this, and it'll be like the 3rd round pick will be the best pick out of the whole draft.
Right,
been pissing me off.
Right,
it'll probably be Huzzy.
right. Oh man, Will McClay hit one of the Huzzy picks.
Huzzy all pro, like.
Yeah, but he missed like the other 3, bro. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I need my Terps to stop tripping. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
DMV about to lock in as soon as he get off this joint. He about to
lock this, man. I like this draft. I think this might be one of my favorites that we've done. But like I said, at the end of the day, when Mac is there, we grab him. Zero hesitation.
You know how you like it? Because we ain't overthink it.
Nope. See, Cowboys can't do that. He'd be like, oh man, but Junkins is there. But maybe if you look at my value chart, we can move
that goofy war room.
No, see, here's the problem with second round. In second round, we don't get running backs and wide receivers. See, Rome, like we've been fighting, like we need to get a wide receiver or a running back with the first pick because 2004 and 2003 were the last time that we got both of them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In the second round, we always go with the defensive player that should have been a first round grade. Like, no.
People act like we gonna get these players, they gonna score touchdowns and they gonna get mad about it.
Bro, who was
like, that's how they be? They like, oh, I hate that we scoring 30.
Who in the community made the video about Jonathan Mingo was open all season? We just wasn't giving him the ball. Where are y'all getting that shit from? Somebody's getting it. I'm getting like Jonathan Mingo was open all year.
He wasn't open all year long. He didn't get a lot of snaps. It was hard for you to find snaps though. But
he
there were
on the
times.
field, but he did. Look, I'll say this: Mingo flashed a couple times, but I'm not putting my entire offseason on the fact that you flashed a couple. That no, like I want Mingo to work out because I'm mad y'all gave up a fourth. So I'm not mad.
My thing is, I don't understand is why does Mingo get so much grace and he flashed, but none of Jalen Tober's flashes count. Like Ryan Flournoy flash, like a lot of players flash. We don't need no flash. We need a bang.
You know what, Tuck? I'm glad you brought up his name, Flournoy. Right? Mm-hmm. Last year,
I want him to ball too.
We would say that the wide receiver draft was very, very deep. Right?
Right.
It was so deep that was our pick. That's why I'm like, get the layup now, dog. Because I'm not trying to hear no, you can get a guy here. We ended up with him, and a lot of receivers went off the board, and we didn't have a 4th round pick. We don't have a 4th round pick again, dog. So at the end of the day, bro, just be aggressive.
Don't do the whole Jordan James looked like Ashton Genty if you squint.
Right.
Like I don't want to hear that.
Right. Nah. But listen, y'all, we appreciate y'all for tuning in, man, for the Cover 3 game. We're going to do this a lot more and more frequent, but, we don't make content just to, make content. So it has to be something to talk about, but we're going to do a lot of interviews because it seems like y'all like those interviews. So we're going to have some more guests on, some more players, some more coaches, all sorts of people lined up, man. So that's why y'all got to tune in to all the channels and get my dog Rome to 30,000.
Yeah, we need that. Man, I'll leave y'all alone.
We need one of the big dogs in the community to continue to climb, man, because like I said, Rome is one of the voices in this community. We definitely need him. He should be supporting him. So if you watch my content, you'll watch his content. You'll love his content. And the same with my brother DMV. Y'all know I only work with people who I admire and respect in this community. And these are definitely my brothers. We talk every damn day. Like I said, we literally probably do live shows daily. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just don't hear it. You know what I'm saying?
It's not PC in the group chat, though. It's wild.
Yeah. We can't put that on live. You know what I'm saying? Would I draft Paul, cornerback, you talking about Kendall Paul? 1,000%. I would draft Kendall Paul because I feel like right now you're going to have to because the undrafted option is gone. I've been talking to KP the other day. The text is sending me. He's no longer a cute little underdog story. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because a lot of times it's just the 40. You run a 4.2. People are just going to take notice, and that's crazy.
Hey.
That's all it really took. But
hey, dog, you might need to be a new agent. You might need to be the football Al Heyman out here, bro.
I don't know, man.
That's why y'all need to. Everybody acting like it ain't a possibility. You said you ran a 4.2. Guess who else ran a 4.2? Matthew Golden.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't be surprised, bro. Tech gone, and it says the Dallas Cowboys select Matthew Golden. Don't trip.
Right. Because nobody was really talking about Matthew Golden because the fast wide receiver in this draft was supposed to have been Isaiah. The thing about no one's talking about Isaiah Bond, like he's just the afterthought.
Taz was supposed to be fast too. Taz was supposed to be a 4.3 and he wasn't.
Yeah, and so since he didn't run and Golden just shot up, and now it's like, oh well, Golden's wide receiver one because a lot of people.
Or he might be our saving grace. He might end up in Carolina because of 4.29, and then Ted will be there for us.
Right. We just need a CeeDee Lamb like situation where one of the wide receivers jump back. That's it.
I can see it. I don't think Abuka can, but 4.29. Just think about it. Henry Ruggs? Like when you see 4.29, the GMs is like, yo, we can't leave that speed on the board.
Right.
So go ahead and put Golden with what's my man in Carolina to talk crazy?
Who?
The country dude.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Leggett. Go and put
yeah.
And then let Tet fall to us.
Right. Facts.
I need that.
We need it. We got a lot of draft talk as we gear up. Those 30 visits start to map out. We kind of unfold things. But
I'm excited. That's
also, they need to get active in free agency too. What happened to Luther Burden? He's a diva, I guess. I don't know. I would probably have Luther Burden as my top 2 wide receivers in this class. This is going to be how my board is. I don't care about no divaness. It's a wide receiver. I want them to have some toughness and some meanness with them. But I love Luther Burden's film and everything about the player. And he pouts a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But Malik Neighbors is the same thing. Like they all, you know what I'm saying? Like you want players that
I don't want my wide receiver not to pout.
To want the ball. Right, not to pout. Like
hey, free content too. The league meetings is this weekend. Jerry Jones will speak. So get ready to get aggravated. Get ready to get aggravated because he's coming. Jerry gonna say something to piss you off.
Here we go.
Yeah.
All in part 2 this weekend. Get ready.
Hell no. But listen, y'all, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like I said, subscribe to all the channels, turn that notification bell so you do not miss out. You never know when we go live. But we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Cowboys Nation, keep y'all head up. If y'all love real content, you're on the right spot. So until next time, we cover 3. We out. Peace.